All right, 1, 2. We're live, man. We're live. Happy Friday. We made it. We got boxing this weekend, man. There's fights that I seriously completely forgot were happening this weekend. Dillian White, Alexander Povetkin for the interim WBC heavyweight title. Katie Taylor's on the undercard of that. That in particular, I forgot that was taking place this weekend. We're going to see the return of Sean Porter on Fox against Sebastian Formella. Never seen this dude fight. This is a WBC IBF welterweight eliminator. Leader Alvarez, Joe Smith Jr., WBO light heavyweight eliminator. So there's a lot of boxing this weekend, man. Also, the return of Sergio Martinez. This is going to happen in Spain. At middleweight, usually these comeback fights from dudes for, guys I haven't fought in some time end up at higher weights because they can't make the weight anymore. But shout to Sergio Martinez making middleweight again. That's happening tomorrow. But yeah, man, boxing is, back on and popping. But I did a show that I don't know if I'm going to put it up or not. We were trying to get Train and ROD on, but we got to talk about this. And I waited a little bit for the smoke to settle as it concerns Terrence Crawford and this talk with Keith Thurman. A fight that I think from talking with a lot of y'all and just, people that are in the know of boxing, man, I haven't talked to anybody that wouldn't want to see this fight over like a Kell Brook or another fight that we were being, thrown options of, right? Because listen, all of us know that the Pacquiao fight's not happening, okay? So removing that removing Manny out of the equation, I haven't spoken to anybody that would not want to see a Keith Thurman Terrence Crawford fight. We're screaming for Terrence Crawford to fight a top level welterweight because he's passed the eye test with us in the other divisions, but it's like a welterweight, we want to see what he has against the upper echelon. And Keith Thurman, by no stretch of the imagination, is not a guy that or is the guy that is the best qualified when we talk about who we want to see Crawford in there with as far as like rating how good he is at welterweight. He's beaten Sean Porter. He's beaten Danny. Again, not in dominant fashion, but he has wins over those guys, man. And he lost to Manny Pacquiao, fine, which again, like I said before, is nothing to, look down upon. You know what I'm saying? He's an all-time great. But even in that Pacquiao fight, man, I mean, if you guys saw it, he was coming on late in that fight. And I think I don't know if it was a 9th or 10th round, like he hurt Manny with a big right hand. So it's not like Thurman got out of that fight and we just kind of, at least I didn't, you know what I'm saying? But in the case for Terrence Crawford, man, we're hearing about like Thurman's asking for too much money. Some people are saying 5, some are saying 10 million. But here's the thing, man. And it goes without saying, don't negotiate over social media. But if it's a situation that those are the demands that he wants, where's the counter offer? Where was there a counter offer, or were Crawford in Top Rank and what have you already having plans to fight Kell Brook? Because I'll tell you something. If the announcement is that he is fighting Kell Brook, meaning Terrence Crawford, there's going to be backlash. There was already backlash from it happening last year, let alone it being a reality now. So I haven't talked to anybody that is like really geeked about a Terrence Crawford Kell Brook fight. Nobody, man. Like if Keith Thurman is the option, now we did hear something about Thurman wanting to wait till January to fight. But my thing is like, if that is a sticking point and they can figure the money out, like why won't Crawford in this instance? Because I mean, he's the boss, right? I mean, he makes his decisions on his end, or with Bomac or whoever. How is Keith Thurman not the logical choice? How is that not a barometer more than Kell Brook when we're talking about Errol Spence and the winner of the Danny fight? it would really present a real argument. Though a lot of us already have our minds picked as far as who would win with Bud and with Spence. But listen, every fight that they're not fighting, it could change. And are we gonna see Spence like fight the top level welterweights while Crawford is fighting like whether it's No Country for Old Men or guys that like shouldn't be in the division anymore, or guys coming up in weight that, whether it's Jose Ramirez or who have you, Regis Prograis, like we don't want to see those fights. We want to see him against guys like Keith Thurman, because I think stylistically that's a solid fight, man. That is one of the fights that I wanted to see first before any of the others, because I just felt like Danny with Crawford would have it. I've always picked Crawford to beat Danny, whether it was at 140 or if at 147. I just don't think Danny does enough. But that being said, there's the Porters, and now we're hearing like, they were trying to set that up, but Crawford had his plans. But Keith Thurman is the logical choice. Like, it's the logical choice. The question is, who is really the one walking away from that fight? And I think once the smoke starts to settle, we're going to see who it is, man. And I think Thurman gains a lot from a win. Crawford gains a lot from a win. So there is risk involved, but there's a lot to gain. Because I'm of the opinion, man, that and us at GYGB, man, like the 0 isn't the end all be all, man. Because what if Thurman were to beat Crawford? Imagine his career at that point. Imagine Crawford beating Thurman, knockout or dominant fashion, what have you. Sky's the limit at that point, and there's more like of a call to say, well, damn, man, look what Crawford did to Thurman. Spence never fought Thurman, but there'd be something to tag on, because right now, man, Spence is the guy at welterweight, man. It is what it is. Even if you have Crawford beating Spence, as far as just resume wise, he gets past Danny. What does Crawford have to match that at welterweight? Amir Khan, Mean Machine. It's not a lot to pick from, man. So we'll have to wait and see. We're gonna try to get a show this week. Again, there's boxing on this weekend. Heading into the end of the month, I think I did see something about Erislandy Lara. I could be wrong, but Jose Ramirez and the Postal fight, that should be interesting. Going through some of the list here. I mean, we're really going into September, and like I've been saying, man, the fight I really want to see is the doubleheader with the twins, man, with the Charlos. So that'll be Showtime pay-per-view. In any case, enjoy your weekend. Let me know what you think. As far as Terrence Crawford is concerned, man, he's got to fight Keith Thurman, man. Work it out. Negotiate. This is the point, man. This is like business 101. Just if that's his offer, if 10 million's his offer, and you guys ain't feeling it, like work something out to where at least you can say, hey, look, we went to the table, it didn't work out, and we went our separate ways. And then you can make any excuse you want, but at least like there was that dialogue, and not just like a phone call and we're saying no thanks. Come on, man. We're paying for these fights, right? I mean, even people ain't going. So, but in any case, enjoy your weekend. I'm out, man. Peace.